Now, in this program, we are going to take up one more program on Python to find the largest of three numbers. So, how to find the largest of three numbers? First, we will going to enter the first number. So, that is num1 equals int input. Enter the first number. So, what is the first number I am entering? So, 10. This is the value of the first number. That value which has been assigned to the num1. So, num1 will becomes equals to 10. Similarly, num2, int input, enter the second number. So, why I am giving input int? Because always in Python, if I say the input statement is given or the input value is given, it will be taken as a string. Now, I want to convert that into an integer. So, that is the reason why I am using int function. So, the second number is 20. Enter the second number. Then num3, int input, enter the third number. So, what is the third number? I am entering the third number as 30. So, num1 will have 10, num2 will have 20, and num3 will going to have 30. So, this is the actual input what we have given for my program. Now, what I want to check, I want to find the largest of three numbers. So, if I want to find the largest of three numbers, so 30 is the largest of three numbers. How to do that? So, first I should consider is 10 is greater than 20 and 10 is greater than 30. If the condition is false, then I have to go for the second one is 20 is greater than 10 and 20 is greater than 30. If this condition also false, then automatically the third one will go to be the largest of the three numbers. So, that is how we will going to consider. But how to write that in your program? To do that, so we are going to use the logical AND. So, what does it mean? So, I will say if num1 is greater than num2, that is num1 is greater than num2, and also the num1 should be greater than num3. If this condition is true, then what happens? Print num1 is the largest number. Suppose in this case what happens? Num1 is 10. So, is 10 is greater than 20? No, condition is false. And num1 is greater than 30? No, the condition is false. So, in the logical AND, if both the conditions are true, then only it is true. If any one of the condition becomes false and automatically all the conditions will go to, then that condition will going to become false. So, that is the condition. So, is 10 is greater than 20? Condition is false. And 10 is greater than 30? Condition is false. False and false is always false. So, it will going to skip this particular statement. Then, so that is what we see here. 10 is greater than 20, false. And 10 is greater than 30, false. So, false and false is always false. So, it will going to skip this statement. Then, elif is num2 is greater than num1 and num2 is greater than num3. See the now the condition. So, what is num2? 20 is greater than 10. Is 20 is greater than 10? Condition is true. And 20 is greater than 30? 20 is greater than 30? Condition is false. True and false is always false. If the condition has to be true, both the condition has to be true, then only it is true. Otherwise, if any one of the condition becomes false, automatically that condition will going to become false. So, this will also, it will going to skip this statement. Print num2 is the largest number. So, that will also skip else. Print num3 is the largest number. So, that is how you will be able to get the output. So, what is the output? The output will be 30 is the largest number. So, what it does is 10 is greater than 20 and 10 is greater than 30. Both the conditions is false. So, it will go to skip this statement. And 20 is greater than 10, condition is true. And 20 is greater than 30, the condition is false. So, since one of the condition is false, automatically this entire condition becomes false. So, it will go to skip the statement. Automatically, num3 is 30 is the largest number. So, that is how you are going to get this. Now, again we are going to enter the first number as 20, the second number as 30 and the third number as 10. So, we are giving it num1 is 20, num2 is 30 and num3 is 10. So, what we are trying to check is num1 is greater than num2. Is 20 is greater than 30, condition is false. And num1 is greater than num3, that is 20 is greater than 10, condition is true. False and true is always false. So, it will going to skip the first statement. Then it will check num2 is greater than num3. num2 is greater than num3. So, or num2 is greater than num1. 30 is greater than 20, condition is true. And 30 is greater than 10, that is num2 is greater than num3, 30 is greater than 10, yes, condition is true. Since both the conditions are true, therefore it will going to be true. So what it does, the 30 is the largest number. So the remaining part of the else statement will not going to execute. Similarly, we are going to take one more case. Enter the first number as 30, second number as 20, and the third number as 10. So we are considering the num1 is equal to 30, num2 is equal to 20, and num3 is equal to 10. So what we are trying to do is num1 is greater than num2 and num1 is greater than num3. Num1 is 30 is greater than 20, condition is true, and num1 is greater than num3, 30 is greater than 10, both the conditions are true. So hence it is true. So 30 is the largest number. So first condition itself is going to become true, and remaining elif and else statement is automatically skipped. So this is how we will be able to find the largest of three numbers. Now how to execute this by using the program. So first I will write num1 is equal to int input, enter the first number. Okay. Then similarly, num2 equals int input, enter the second number. And num3 equals int input, enter the third number. So once you do that, then we're going to apply if num1 is greater than num2 and num1 is greater than num3. If the condition is true, print num1 is the largest number. If num2 is greater than num1 and num2 is greater than num3, print num2 is the largest number. Okay. Else print num3 is the largest number. Now we will try to execute this program. I run this program. Enter the first number. I will take 10, 20, 30. So 30 is the largest number. Similarly, I will consider 20, 30, 10. So 30 is the largest number. Then we have 30, 20, and 10. 30 is the largest number. How it is executing? We will go by one by one. I'll go to this debug Python file. So first I'll come to this. So num1 will be 10. Then I will take num2. Then I will take num3. 30. So num1 is 10. Is 10 is greater than 20? Condition is false. Is 10 is greater than 30? The condition is false. Since both the conditions is false, then automatically this statement is skipped. So now you see the cursor, it will comes to this. Num2 is how much? 20 is greater than 10, condition is true. And 20 is greater than 30, condition is false. So since one of the condition is false, the entire condition becomes false. So it goes to this. So obviously it should be num3 only. So num3 is how much? Is 30 is the largest number. This is how we will go to get the first program. Now again I am going to run this. So we'll take this into the consideration. I will take num1, I will take 20, then I will take num2, it will going to be taken as 30, then I will take num3, 10. So num1 is 20 is greater than 10, correct? 20 is greater than 30, condition is false. Then 20 is greater than 10, condition is true. Since one of the condition is false, automatically this entire condition will become false. So it skips that line and comes to this. Is 30 is greater than 10, or sorry, 30 is greater than 20, condition is true. And 30 is greater than 10, condition is true. Both the condition is true. Therefore, what is the value of num2? Num2 is 30. 30 is the largest number. So automatically this line is skipped. Now similarly, I will consider one more time. I will come to this, again execute this, take the number as 30. So I will go for the second one. I will going to take 20, and then I will come to this. I will take 110. 30 is greater than 20, condition is true. 30 is greater than 10, condition is true. So both the condition is true. Obviously, the first statement will be executed. So num1 is the 30, is the largest number. So this is all. I will be able to explain and show how this program runs in a Python code. So this is how we will be able to find the largest of 3 numbers in a Python program. Thank you.